So today, we're going to jump into a really practical idea from William Walker Atkinson's Thought Vibration. It's all about how to consciously increase your own daily energy. And no, it's not about chugging more coffee, it's about a deliberate shift in how you think and, more importantly, how you act. Let's get right into it. First, let's talk about a feeling that I'm pretty sure we all know. You know, that sense of being kind of half alive, just going through the motions where your whole day just seems to run on mental autopilot.
It's that feeling like you're just a passenger in your own life, right? Where the day is just one habit after another, one reaction after another, instead of something you consciously choose. Atkinson had a name for this. He said it's the mind's natural drift toward the path of least resistance. He called it the passive mind. And in that state, we're not truly living. We're just existing.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. The core idea here is that our vitality isn't like a phone battery that just drains down to zero by the end of the day. A much better way to think about it is like a dimmer switch. We actually have the ability to consciously reach out and turn up the brightness of our own energy. We don't just have a certain amount of energy, we can literally generate it with our intention.
So, the big question is, how do we do that? How do we make that shift? Well, this brings us to the solution. It all comes down to making a conscious choice, a decision to move out of that passive, drifting state and into an active, engaged one. It's about claiming the energy that's already there, waiting for you.
Atkinson uses this term life force. Now, let's just strip away any of the mystical woo-woo stuff for a second and talk about what this means in plain English. Think of the life force simply as your capacity for engaged, dynamic action. See, it's not some finite thing you have, it's an active quality that you do. It's something you assert and embody through your focus and your actions.
And this right here illustrates the two modes we can be in perfectly. Over on the left, you've got the passive mind. It's drifting, it's habitual, it's reactive. That's kind of our default setting, you know? But on the right, you have the active mind, directed, intentional, assertive. The key to moving from that left column over to the right is what Atkinson called the will, which is really just our power of directed attention. Okay, so let's get to the central tool here. Atkinson gives us a super simple but really powerful psychological cue to help us make this shift from passive to active. You can think of it like a mental lever. And the phrase? It's just three simple words. I am alive. Atkinson calls this a watchword. Now, this is not a magic spell, okay? It's a focal point. It's a simple statement of fact that's designed to just cut through all the mental noise and center your attention on your own vitality, right here, in this very moment.
So how does a simple phrase like this actually work? Well, first, it acts as a pattern interrupt. It just snaps that chain of habitual, passive thinking. Second, it creates a new, intentional focal point for your mind to latch onto. And third, and this is so crucial, it serves as a bridge connecting your mental intention to your very next physical action.
And that brings us to maybe the most important part of this whole idea. Asserting your life force isn't just a mental game you play in your head. Thinking the thought is only step one. That energy must be expressed. It has to be embodied through deliberate physical action. Action is what makes the whole mental shift real. And you can see the physical expression of these two states right here. I mean, look at the difference. In that passive state, your attention is all over the place. Your posture is probably slumped. But in the active state, your attention is focused, your posture is upright and engaged, and your actions become vigorous and deliberate. It's the mind-body connection in action. Your body really does follow your mind. So where can you actually apply this, like right now? Here are three super simple examples. At work, instead of trying to multitask, just pick one single thing and pour all of your life and energy into it. Or, in a conversation, put your phone away and offer the other person your complete, undivided presence. Even with a simple habit, like making your morning coffee, try doing it with real purpose and energy, instead of just stumbling through it on autopilot. Okay, to make this even more real for you, Atkinson provides a very simple, actionable mini practice that you can do anytime, anywhere to really experience this shift for yourself. Let's just walk through this together. First, just stand up and straighten your back. Immediately change your physical state. Next, take a deep breath in, and as you do, just hold the thought that you are breathing in strength and life. Then, exhale fully, and imagine you're breathing out all the old, negative stuff. Then, state firmly, either out loud or just to yourself, I am alive. And here's the kicker. Let your very next action, no matter how small it is, be a demonstration of that statement. So, when you boil it all down, the crucial point is this. This whole practice is about shifting from a life of accident and reaction to a life of deliberate, conscious creation. The big takeaway here is this: vitality, energy, agency, these are not things you wait around for. You don't wait for motivation to magically strike. You assert it, you claim it, you generate it through a conscious choice, and you prove it with your very next action. That action, that is your true point of power.
And that's where I want to leave you today. Just think about your immediate future, the next couple of minutes. What is one small, simple action you can take and just decide to perform it with your full, undivided, and vigorous attention?
I really hope you found this useful. To keep exploring these powerful ideas, be sure to check out our full Thought Vibration playlist. Next time, we're going to be covering how to train your mental gaze for sustained focus. Thanks so much for watching.